This video will be giving a tour of the Tanglewood Street House map, which is applicable on pretty much any difficulty, although do keep in mind it's for a certain patch, and the Tanglewood map features have changed over the years, almost two, in fact, as of right now. So keep in mind this video may not be accurate in the future.
Check the equipment and get set up before investigating. And remember to check the whiteboard for help.
I'm going to grab my usual kit, flashlight.
Looks like this is going to be a tough one. We've had reports of violence, and it looks like they left in a hurry.
EMF, and a camera. However, the focus of the video won't be to complete an entire investigation, but simply go over the map. Now, you can always see the map here and go between the various levels. Of here, there's only two. Of course, you see the power box icon. We've covered that in previous videos. And there are 11 rooms on this map, even though there's more than that in terms of physical space, but I'll get on to that later. Alright, we unlock the door, and the first room we go into is the foyer. Turn on the lights. You've got the car key and a little basket or tray. That's not that important unless you are dealing with a car in the garage and you want to shut off that car alarm in the event that the ghost messes with it. You've got the right hand end table here. It's got a lamp on it. I don't know if currently this applies, but it doesn't count as a room light in previous patches. I don't know if that's been changed. I think it has. But before, you could turn off the room light, and this light didn't count for dealing with the darkness and the passive sanity drain, and you could use the spirit box and whatnot. I don't know if that's changed. I think it has. Alright, and then going across from this end table to the middle, you've got another... Well, this is more of a cabinet than that one. A couple of objects on it. Very important, a candle. You can light that. You can move it around, whatever. And you've got a little bit of a clock making this annoying ticking sound. And aside from being a distraction, it doesn't really have an effect on the game. The paramic won't pick it up. It won't interfere with the ghost or anything. And it'll, regardless of power, it will still... Oh, air attack. And regardless of the air attack, let me just show, regardless of the power, just gonna... You'll hear it still ticks regardless of power being on or off. So that's just going to be a constant sound you'll always have to deal with. Now, where the foyer begins and the living room, well, where the foyer ends and the living room ends is technically supposed to be right along here. So it's foyer, both closets are technically in the foyer. However, there's so much, it's such a small distance that a ghost can be in one room and easily interact with stuff in the other. So a living room ghost may mess with this closet right here or not. Then you've got a closet on the other side of the hallway. And it leads into a couple of different rooms. The boys' room, main bathroom, nursery, and obviously into the living room. Alright, next we're going into the boys' bedroom. This gets called the blue bedroom sometimes, or the front bedroom. I think it's actually been renamed in the game files a couple of times, but it's been the boys' bedroom for a while. The bone can spawn here, usually here next to the bed or on top of the bed. You got a closet. The closet counts as part of the bedroom, so if the ghost spawns here, if this is the favorite room, then this closet should be off limits. It will be able to immediately see you in this closet. It can mess, it can turn on the computer here. And you see Thomas Wilson. This is an artifact left over from a planned feature in the game where you were supposed to discover the ghost's name. So it can mess with all this. You've got plenty of space to put the video camera or whatnot in here. Right on this end table is perfectly fine. Never had a problem. There's a guitar in here, which... Oh, there we go. You hear that, and the ghost mess with it, you know, where the ghost is, or approximately. Of course, it can it can interact through this wall. So if it's in a similar adjacent room. All right, so moving off here. Now we're moving on to the main bathroom. Well, this room has its pluses and minuses. Oh, we have the bone here. So this can spawn here. I'm going to take a picture. It's a small room. This can be really annoying with a video camera. So let me show you how I deal with it. You don't have a tripod, it's even more of a pain. But it's not impossible. So I'm going to pick up one video camera, put one and another video camera on the tripod. Set it on the tripod right here. Now, the regular video camera, you could turn off lights. You could just actively look in here with the video camera. The door blocks some of the view, but if you've got orbs or something, you should still be able to see it from out here. And of course, if you've got a Goryo, you can use this trick as well, because you're actually in another room looking in. If you want to place it, though, this can be difficult. You might try in the corners, and of course, if there's some kind of light in here, I mean any type of light, it will reflect badly. And see, so let me grab the tripod, move this in here. I'm gonna have this one outside. Let me show you here with the computer monitor. Alright, so okay, this is looking from an in pretty good. Even if you've got some light pollution in there from, say, dots or whatever, you'll still be able to see pretty well. Now, looking in here, this can be difficult. The view's kind of blocked by something. You're only seeing a little bit of the room, and there's not really anywhere you can place it in the room that will solve that problem. Okay, next up, we're going to hit up the living room. Central heart of the map here. First thing to note is on this wall here next to the master bedroom door, you got the haunted mirror. We currently don't have it. You got bookshelves, you got books. I think the ghost can maybe throw these books, but I haven't seen it do it in a long time. You've got a kind of a sectional sofa here. The bone can really be on top of this or on the ground below. You got a coffee table with the mug. If the ghost ever comes in here, it loves knocking around this coffee mug. Then you've got a little end table over here with a picture frame and all that. This is where the tarot cards will spawn. And then lastly, you've got this television. Only time you're probably going to get something turning it on is if the ghost does it. So if you hear that static, and it's not another player messing around, it'll be in there. And then, of course, you have it lead off here into the master bedroom and then off into the kitchen and basement and utility room. You get a lot of interaction in a lot of rooms if the ghost is in this vicinity. Alright, next we're going to move to the master bedroom. Dominated by this pretty double queen-size bed and a desk and a bunch of stuff on the desk. And this is the first instance of where multiple physical rooms or spaces count as just one room. So this master bedroom, this fairly big master bathroom, and this walk-in closet here all count as one room. You're going to get evidence in one room, you'll get it in all three. The bone can spawn on the bed, next to the bed, on the carpet here, all over this master bathroom. Although I haven't seen it lately in the bathtub, but as far as I know, it can still spawn there. And it can even spawn in this closet here. But, yeah, that goes for the bedroom. Of course, putting down crucifixes in here can be a pain, because it can spawn here in the bathroom, it can spawn here in the bedroom. I don't think it spawns in the closet anymore, but you never know. Alright, so I'm going to turn off the light, move on to the next room. So we're moving on to the kitchen. Hardwood floor, good giveaway when you hear it. They recently changed it so the ghost will actually change footstep sounds depending on the surface. It's a pretty important room in the house, not just if you want a snack. The fact that there's dominated by this big counter island here This is the best spot for looping a ghost around. You'll get that with a Diokin and possibly Haunt 2. You might even get it with ghosts that are even slower. Maybe a Moroi if your sanity's high, relatively high. A Thay that's really weakened. Okay. Oh, got a ghost photo. And a lot of objects in here. This is going to be a fun room. You get a poltergeist, it will knock everything around here. You got a telephone it can ring, you got a microwave it can mess with. And one of my favorite things is the Easter egg here. I can open this door. Oh, yeah, see? Oh. Yep, for Psycho Hypnotic. I think it was the first streamer Easter egg ever put into the game. Don't worry, playing around with it isn't going to cause a problem. But yeah, you can get the bone on top of the island counter here. You can get it on the ground, and if it's on the ground, there's a lot of natural shadow in this room, so it can be very easy to overlook. Okay, next we're going to move to the dining room. Well, I get some activity in here, so this could very well be the ghost room. Keep in mind, the kitchen and the dining room are two distinct rooms. If you have the lights on in the kitchen, but not the dining room, it still counts as in the dark. Vice versa is true. This divider here between hardwood floor and the carpet. It's going to have one temperature here, move over a fit, have another temperature here. Oh, no, that's just a ghost event. Bone can spawn here. Sometimes it'll spawn next to or even under the dining room table, so I would crouch down and have a quick look if you haven't found the bone yet. You also can get a lot of interaction both in the kitchen and the dining room, from the basement, the living room, utility room, you name it. And now for the room that's probably the most dreaded, especially by new players going down to the basement. Right now, the light switch is at the top of the steps. Ooh. And this ghost loves manifestations. Wow, we're down to a hunt while I'm giving a tour of the house. That is rude. Okay. Well, I'm gonna go out. I'm gonna interrupt our little tour here and go back out into the truck. Alright, I'm gonna go back out to the truck and either take some pills or see what my sanity's at. Let's see how oh, wow. Let's take some pills. Let's go back to our investigation in the basement. Well, of course, power's out. Let's see. Oh, no, it's not a gen. Okay, go back to the basement now. Lights on the top of the stairs. It used to be at the bottom. Going down the stairs. Now, trying to get evidence or anything off the stairs can be a little flaky sometimes. I think it's because of how the map and room colliders works, so you might get freezing temps on the stairs and be baffled by not seeing it on the basement or living room. So we get down there. It's one of the bigger rooms. Oh, we got the ooh, I don't even know where my camera is. Where's my camera? Oh, it's really messing around. Oh, camera. Oh, camera's out. Ah, whatever. Anyways, so we got summoning circle down here in the middle. You can also get a bone, usually towards the refrigerator or this rocking chair here. Rocking chair is a nice, unique kind of item here, because if you hear the chair rocking, you know it's interacting down in the basement. You got some places to put candles and video cameras around. This used to be a real pain in the butt room to deal with, because there weren't many objects for the ghost to touch, except the light switch. So if you wanted fingerprints, the basement ghost, you had to do a lot of waiting. And hope that it eventually messed with the lights. Now you've got two portable coolers They make very loud, distinctive sounds when they're touched. You can also sort of get the bone in between the storage racks here, so keep an eye out. And at the far end, on a table, you can have the Ouija board. You see this big broken down refrigerator. As far as I know, it can't touch it or do anything with it right now. I've seen conflicting reports about being able to mess with that small window right there. If I've encountered it, I haven't encountered it in a long time. A lot of room to put video cameras down here, it's nice. But the Ghost also has a lot of room to cover. You'll definitely need both crucifixes to try to cover. I put one towards the back here and one towards the refrigerator. That still may not be perfect. So let's continue on. Now we're going to do the utility room, another one of those rooms, which can be a pain of a butt, because of its relative small size. So let's do some mess around with some video cameras. So, let's see where I put that video camera here in the bathroom. Oh, that's the rest of my supplies. Okay. Oh, there's another camera. Alright, so using the video camera in here can be a pain. Turn off lights, you still got light pollution. I mean, I want to stand in here. Trying to place it can be difficult because it'll either not enough room or something will be in the way. I try maybe put it in the washer, the dryer, or up on the storage rack. I'll put it down here. And of course, you got a tripod. Do the same trick you had with the foyer and the main bathroom. Just set it outside looking in. Of course, the door could interfere, but that's fine. So you use something like that. Luckily, none of the cursed possessions can appear in the utility room as of the current patch. Keep that in mind. Cursed possessions could change in the future. So you'll see I'm looking in pretty good, even with a lot of light pollution. And with the dark room, I should see stuff. Now keep in mind, right now it's not too bad with where I pressed the video camera, but notice like more than half of the screen is blocked out by what I have on it. Although I have gotten orbs, that's not a problem. Alright, so moving on. I'm going to go back in and do the final room, which is the garage, and one of the bigger rooms on the map. So I'm going to go into the garage here. It is dominated by a vehicle, which is currently a minivan. I can't remember if this has changed or not. I should mention this is one of the two locations for the fuse box. Over there in the garage, or down on the wall down here in the basement. Sometimes it's called a breaker, or power box, fuse box, whatever. You just turn it on, off, whatever. There's some objects in here. You can move around this cock, so you've got a really vulgar joke to tell about touching your cock. If you've got the voodoo doll, it will spawn here on top of the trash can or the bin or whatever you call it in your country. Got a lot of room where the bone could be. It could even be behind the vehicle. The vehicle is not bad for looping. I don't like it because if the lights are doing a lot of flickering, you can get confused very easily. Although I have loop ghosts around it. And then you've got the lockers. Since you got two of them, you can use the door of one to sort of block line of sight for the other. And that's pretty much it to the garage. Oh, if the car alarm goes off, you won't be able to turn it off unless you have the car key from in the foyer. Well, that pretty much wraps up most of it. I think my final thoughts on Tanglewood is actually my favorite map. And most things you can do on here, theories you can test, skills that you can hone. There's some exceptions, since there's not long hallways, you can't deal with that. And a few other things. Well, thank you for the video.